So this is scenario 2 of the trip. This is another scenario that you get to play in the free demo. Again, I'll put the link down below. This one you play as the Royal Marines, hence the Per Mare Per Terram, their motto, I believe. You get 3 units of commando, Royal Marine Commandos, with green berries instead of the red berries that the NCOs had in the last scenario. And you get one Churchill Centaur modified tank with a big gun and lots of rounds of ammunition. This scenario, you have to basically storm a beach, and you've got to secure the landing zone, so take out the defending infantry. You get 5 or 6 units of random infantry that you don't have control over, and at one point they'll probably all start running around like headless chickens all over the place, and you'll kind of wonder what on earth that they're actually up to. But this is the basic introduction to tanks. For the first few turns, you don't actually move it because there is an AT gun on your right flank that is covering it, and you need to deal with it first. And I got my tanks wrong. I thought this was the one with the huge dustbin-sized spigot mortar rounds, but this is a 95mm howitzer that the tank has to play with. So here we go. Our random infantry. Remind you of anything? Running in the open, just waiting for Germans to get into position in the cover and blow the absolute crap out of you. So, as in the last scenario, you've got the 8 boxes here, so they can open the hatches, which makes you susceptible to grenades. You can sit in the tank and basically suppress yourself to repair movement points. Repair gunnery points, the same thing. You've got white phosphorus smoke, which takes up 3 hexes when you drop it, and you can bail the crew out. Bail crew out is in scenarios where, well, in all scenarios you've got a morale limit, and if you lose tanks, your morale goes down, but you can apparently reduce the morale loss by throwing the tank away. So what we have here is we've got AT gun there that is covering the beach, or the exit off the beach. We've got a machine gun position there. We've got a position something there, and we've got lots of houses. So what we need to do is use our Marines to assault that bunker, and then once we've cleared that, clear these houses as well and secure the beach. So my greatest danger at the moment is this bunker here. So tanks have got 2 options. They can move using up to their full maximum movement points. 5 for this one, 5 gunnery points as well. If you move full move, you lose any chance to fire. The turret needs to be aimed, so every time you move, if you want to fire, you have to aim your turret to where you want to go. If you manage to aim to a location on, say, another tank and hold it in place, or it doesn't move, you can get an accurate shot in the next round, which would allow you to fire on its turret, its tracks, or its main hull. So what we're just going to do here is I'm just going to aim the turret at this point here. And we've got an enemy machine gun unit in here. I just want to get rid of them. Done. So anytime you fire a tank, the first thing it will do is it will fire its MG as well as its main gun. Normal tanks usually have a bow machine gun, and some of them have a pintle mounted machine gun, which gives them a kind of 360 machine gun if they wish.
Yes, sir.
So light machine gun group,
Yes, sir.
2 infantry groups.
Yes,
Light machine gun again, 1 Bren, 2 rifles, and obviously a loader.
Yes,
1 SMG, 2 rifles, and 1 SMG, 3 rifles, but more importantly, 2 smoke grenades.
Receiving. On the move.
And if you wish, you just click on the next unit and your units teleport.
On the move.
As I say, little green berries for the Royal Marines. So, if there's anybody in the buildings at the side, we might have difficulty, but that potential machine gun pit there can't see us. These buildings partially obscured, and we should hopefully be okay. Now let's see what happens to our chickens.
On our way. On our way. Moving out.
So, infantry in the buildings. Machine gun is most likely to be our worst problem with the
Yes, sir.
men we've got. So I'm just going to put a phosphorus round on top of that machine gun post, and that'll knock them out the fight from the point of view of no line of sight, don't shoot through smoke. Now here we go.
On the move.
Big concern is not so much the AT gun, although it could fire on us, is that bunker there has got a line of sight here, and that's where I need to get to chuck grenades. I'm going to use that to chuck the smoke there.
Yes, sir. On our way.
And then I'm going to use these guys' last smoke grenade and just smoke it. Better safe than sorry.
Yes, sir. On the move.
And that's us.
On our way. On our way. Moving out.
It would appear these infantry have been armed with smoke grenades. Okay, so let's get down to our tank again.
Yes, sir.
Let's not bother with smoke this time. Let's just... Oh, kill them all. Excellent. Now the more important part.
Receiving. On the move.
And because I'm in the smoke, I can't actually throw a bombing grenade into where I want to go.
Yes, sir.
Because when I can't see into the smoke, I also can't see out it.
On our way.
However, they are now taken out, took the crew out, and if I wish, I can now occupy the gun. So I've got additional firepower. And I've exposed these guys. Do they have a smoke grenade left? They don't. And they can't use their smoke because they occupied the gun.
Yes, sir.
And these guys don't have a smoke grenade. So I'm going to move them just as fast as possible off the beach. And hope there's nobody in this house. I did expose them. Got that completely wrong. Now here's the wee guys. Instead of assaulting that house that they know there's enemy in, they're running up the back streets away from it. I don't know if that's a morale thing or if that's just incompetent AI. Rush these guys into cover. I don't think I've got enough movement to get these guys into the building, but I certainly get them at the back of the building. Oh, they took more casualties than I thought. I thought they only took one casualty.
Receiving.
Now, the gun has only a limited field of fire, so it can't actually hit any of these tiles. I haven't seen any effects of splash damage yet, so I've occupied this, but unless something comes into one of these houses, or potentially that one away over there, I'm kind of wasting my time here, but I never know where they're going to put the enemy infantry, so let's just leave it there just in case. Now, because the gun is ours, we could advance. And I'm just going to put phosphorus down in front of them because there's not much chance I'll actually kill them with the explosion. So if you can't kill them, smoke them. And again, that's us. Hey, they were taking the long way around to get into that building rather than charging the front door. But because they did that, they got into the building, but they didn't assault it. So they're probably going to get hit by grenades next turn. So, let's see. Can I aim at that? Yes. So the tank becomes it's quite potent against infantry, obviously. This especially since it's got the big 95mm howitzer. But you do have to kind of fire and move, aim your turret. You know, if there's enemy armour or enemy infantry, are they going to stay there? Are they going to move? Do you aim ahead because you don't have a view and that side of things? So
Yes, sir. On our way.
I'm just going to keep these guys in here at the moment, just in the off chance that something appears somewhere, anywhere. Well, actually, probably rule out that because nobody is fired here when they ran round their circuit, and nobody's fired from this building. So I'm assuming that on the front, all the enemy's been dealt with there. That there's nothing here. So we're looking at these buildings here. Now, are they?
Receiving.
So we can get that one, that one. So we can get a few of them if we need to.
Yes, sir.
That's the only one that I've got left.
Yes, sir.
Oh, they didn't get attacked by the Germans there. AI's gone haywire for the Germans as well by the looks of things.
On the move.
If in doubt, fire a big bloody gun.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Well, now my centaur doesn't have to deal with anything on the front row. I'm just going to push him forward and I'm going to bail the crew out. And
Receiving.
next turn we'll move them on to the assault again. And that's us for this turn. At the opposite end of where I need them to be. Oh no, I don't need them to be there because I've bailed out the gun.
On our way. Moving out.
Okay.
Yes, sir. On the move.
And he's going to use my last phosphorus shell. Blind them. And hopefully save these idiots from running across the open. Straight into the machine gun. And I'm going to, if I can, I don't have the range.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to hold him back because
Receiving.
he's taking too much damage. I'd rather not lose him.
Yes, sir.
This is no. It always does seem to be that it's your SMG that's the last to go. So the SNG or the squad leader or the unit leader sacrifices his men to save his own life. NCOs and officers, eh? Oh, okay. I know those enemies had fired on them from that building, but instead of assaulting that building, they're now running in a different direction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got them.
Receiving. On the move. Yes, sir.
Should have saved more of my smoke for this
Yes, sir.
push across the streets.
On the move.
Always a movement penalty for moving through the woods, the hedgelines, the bocage. And let's see what our chickens do now.
On our way. On our way.
You know that there's infantry just round the corner there. You could see them. You could shoot at them if you really wanted to. Oh, good grief.
Yes, sir.
It would appear if you want to do something, you'll need to do it yourself.
Yes, sir. On the move.
See, moving quickly, so that'll make it harder to hit if there's a Faust unit or an armour turns up. But
Receiving.
as you saw, no points left to turn the turret or fire. That's why you should have fired last turn, you muppets.
On our way.
Oh, what are they going to do now? Oh, they're going to run away.
On our way.
Fire back. Go on, you're allowed to fire back. We have invaded, counter-invaded France. You know, it's kind of acceptable for you to open fire on the enemy. Jeez, oh. Okay.
On the move.
Move too far, I can't aim the turret.
Yes, sir.
Get these guys into the house, it's going to use all their movement points. Oh no, I can get them in and occupy here. Does that give them line of sight? Nope. Blocked.
Receiving.
Though,
Receiving.
if I move these guys here, I can get some long range shooting in against that guy. Oh, is he going to grenade, or has he used all his movement points getting into the building? They're going to counter fire. Come on.
On our way.
We've not been fired anywhere from anywhere else, so I'm going to assume that's the last enemy unit here. Hey, is it?
Another sector of
Yes.
clear, so we have secured a foothold. Well done.
So, for some reason, because I bailed out of the flat gun, or not the flat gun, the anti-tank gun, it counts as a loss. But it would have been handy to have it. I actually kept it there for a turn longer. I could have used it to blast that machine gun unit, save myself some troops. But that was the introduction to tanks. Very basic. An introduction to how the AI works. Haven't the faintest idea what it was doing for most of that scenario. So I think they'll need to brush that up a bit when the game moves further up the out of early access. Let's say that. And I'll do another video in the near future for the next one, Fire and Manoeuvre, where you get 4 Stuart light tanks known as Honeys to the British as a reconnaissance section, and you're taking on a Stug. And that is basically to let you get a bit more, see a bit more of the tank options. But that's it for now. Again, thanks for watching if anybody did, and I'll put a link into the game, the free demo, if anybody wants to see it. Thanks again.